my darling daughter is here visiting today, and yeah, she and Ron decided to drive down, and we just had lunch, and so we thought we would do this because I haven't done anything in a while, and it's time. And let's see, how am I feeling today? How am I feeling today,
She
Peggy?
seems like she's feeling pretty good.
But I wasn't, though. I don't really feel all that great.
Aside from a few weird things that are going on, which
yeah, I don't really.
You don't feel normal.
No, I don't feel normal, and I haven't felt normal in a while. You know, on my last video, I did say I don't know how anybody could get to stage 4 and not know that they didn't have something going on inside them. Well, I got a video series from my friend Karen down in SoCal, and she sent me, it's a series that's called The Miracle Plant. And there was a lot of interviews with people, and of course they're talking about the cannabis plant and how they are trying to do studies with it, but because it is not federally legal, nobody can really do a really good study, an all-inclusive study. And so they've got just bits and pieces of what's going on.
It's kind of why we are doing this, because since there's really hardly anybody doing studies on the effects on cancerous tumors without chemo, really.
Yeah, that's the thing, without
most
chemo.
People are doing the chemo and everything along with this.
Yeah.
But this is, so we're,
so this is the different one. But where was I going with that?
Well,
I don't know where
basically
I was going with
just that there's just not enough studies being done. And
that's where I was going with that. There hasn't been any really good studies done on it. And also, so the reason that a lot of people aren't getting their tumors diagnosed sooner is because their doctors aren't listening to them. And that was one of the points that they made on this video series, that they're going to their doctors and saying, I've got a pain in my abdomen, and they're just being ignored. And so that's until it gets so bad that it can't be ignored anymore, because a lot of it is just kind of vague at first.
And by then, isn't it in like stage 3 or 4?
Yes, stage 3 or 4
so
by then. So yeah, so that's what's going on there.
And that would scare people into wanting to go and get the chemotherapy right away, as opposed to even giving them a chance to try something like this, to try some kind of alternative method. Yeah, luckily, yours was caught. UC Davis is just an excellent hospital.
Yeah,
and they caught yours. They caught yours in time. So this is also really good to document this, because this is something that not a lot of people are doing. And
there's another. Well, I wanted
worth showing.
It is, and it definitely is. And another thing I wanted to say, that I've been getting the Simpson Oil from the dispensary down in downtown Sacramento, and it's sometimes they don't have it on hand. And I found out that the laboratory that is making it is like a compassion laboratory, and they are making this because of the patients, especially the cancer patients. And so they're making a couple of different strains of the Simpson Oil in capsules and in the syringes that they are selling to cancer patients. And that's why they are keeping their prices low. They're like $50 a syringe less than the nearest competitor. And so that's why I've been getting it from them. But I just thought that was really nice. Really, really nice. And so outside of feeling kind of crappy today, I kind of took a turn. And I'm having some nausea. And I think because I have no appetite whatsoever, and I'm not eating enough, and that's kind of bad too. And I was really weak. I was really kind of weak today. And then Lou said, well, how much have you eaten? He says, you haven't eaten enough. And so we went over what I haven't eaten. And then I got on the scale and saw that I had lost 2 pounds since yesterday.
That's
too much. Yeah, that's too much. So I have to force myself to eat.
Yes.
And it's not that it makes me sick or anything, but it's just, I just don't want to eat. I don't feel hungry. And then the little bouts of nausea every now and again, it kind of reinforces that. And So.
But you have to just eat anyway.
Yeah, you just have to.
And
I just push through it.
Crackers is a really good way to combat nausea with those little, like those ones that we had with lunch. Those were really good.
Yeah, the sweet potato crackers.
And if you can just get like 1 or 2 of them down, and the nausea usually will go away pretty fast.
Yeah, and I just kind of push through you just get, after about 2.5 hours after taking a dose, and I'm almost up to 1 gram a day. I'm doing about 3/4 of a gram every day. And I think that's about all I can do. But after about 3 hours in, you just kind of get kind of, ugh. But I just kind of push through it. And I'll come outside and I'll do stuff outside. I'll water. And then I find out that I'm really getting into that watering. And it is really
Well, and you look so much happier than you would be if you just like got home from chemotherapy.
Oh, God. I can't even. Oh, I heard that, the interview with Alex Trebek, because we got diagnosed at just about the same time, and I've been really interested to see what
she's been a Jeopardy fan for years and years and years before anybody was playing Jeopardy.
Yeah, and so
back when I was like 4, I remember the first guy. The answer is it was all in black and white. Anyway, I just took it way off the subject.
I know. I felt really bad for him because he got diagnosed at stage 4, and then he said he's doing the chemotherapy, and I thought maybe, he would have access to alternative therapy too, but the THC works through the apoptosis that reprograms the cells to die.
Easy for you to say.
And so it has to reprogram the cells to die, and that takes time. And I guess when you're not diagnosed till stage 4, then you don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, you don't have the time to do that.
So
also too, you're in the final stage.
Yeah.
And so
they've scheduled me for a C-scan on Thursday. And my doctor, my palliative doctor, Dr. O, she is very interested to see how this is progressing. And I kind of think that the tumor's grown. Judging from what I'm feeling inside, I would say that it's growing. However, I'm just going with the fact that maybe it just hasn't had enough of a chance to really get hold yet. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going for the slow, and if it's not, it's not.
So I imagine on the next video, it'll be focused around the results of this.
Yeah, I will definitely let you know what's going on the next one. So I think that's about all I have to say today.
So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And all right, so I'll get this edited and get this onto YouTube so you guys can see this ASAP. And thanks for having me over. It's always fun to come over and visit with Mom.
You're welcome.
And just thank you for having me on the channel. And,
you're welcome. Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys later.